Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. So today we're diving into a really fascinating piece of analysis called the verifiable knowledge economy. Our big goal here is to basically pull back the curtain on this massive, totally invisible flaw in the current state of AI. We're talking about the deep cracks in the data that you and I rely on literally every single day. And more importantly, we're going to see how verified human expertise, specifically on-chain, is about to step in and solve the whole thing. Your AI agent is making decisions based on data it can't prove exists. Okay, I just want to let that stark claim sink in for a second. We hand over so much absolute trust to these AI tools, don't we? I mean, we ask them to summarize complex documents, write our code, give us medical or financial overviews, and we just implicitly trust whatever they spit out. But the source text we're looking at today points out that this blind faith is actually a much bigger problem than it sounds. Because think about it. If the foundational data cannot be proven to exist or proven to be accurate, then the decisions those agents make are inherently flawed right out of the gate. The entire system is basically balancing on a very precarious edge. Which naturally brings up a pretty massive question. Is this why hallucinations still happen? We've all seen it. You ask an AI a question, and it gives you this beautifully written, highly confident answer that is just completely factually incorrect, right? We usually think of these hallucinations as just a bug in the software, a little glitch in the matrix that will eventually get coded away. But our source material actually connects that previous massive data flaw directly to this exact problem of AI errors. It's strongly hinting that the real root cause of hallucinations isn't a software bug at all. It's a data reality problem. All right, moving into section 1, the hidden AI flaw or smarter agents' blind faith. So look, AI agents are absolutely getting smarter and faster at trading, researching, communicating, you name it. But all that speed doesn't really matter if their foundation is compromised. Because right now, most of these incredibly fast, capable agents are pulling their info from unverifiable datasets that are just masquerading as the absolute truth. Break it down and you get 3 main culprits. First, you've got stale data. That's information that might have been completely true 5 years ago, but is literally useless for an agent trying to make a real-time trading decision today. Second, wrong data. Just flat-out incorrect stuff scraped from the depths of the internet. And third, the most dangerous one, poisoned data. This is information intentionally manipulated to confuse the AI or steer it toward a really specific, flawed outcome. When your AI is gobbling up stale, wrong, or poisoned data and then confidently serving it back to you as cold, hard fact, yeah, the danger there becomes incredibly clear. Which brings us to section 2, knowledge over compute and the real bottleneck. Now, what's really interesting about this next point is how it totally flips the script on what the tech industry thinks is holding AI back. Up until now, the narrative has been completely one-sided. For years, all the headlines were about the compute problem. Building these massive server farms, acquiring more processing chips, just generating way more raw computing power. But our source makes a super definitive claim here. The AI scaling problem was actually never about compute power. It is entirely about knowledge limits. We have built these massive, ultra-powerful engines, but we're basically running out of high-quality, verifiable fuel to put in them. The bottleneck isn't the machine's ability to process. The real bottleneck is just the sheer lack of verifiable truth available for it to actually learn from. Okay, on to section 3, verifying human expertise and the on-chain solution. So how do we actually fix this knowledge bottleneck? Well, enter the verifiable knowledge economy. This is a system where human experience becomes verifiable, monetizable data for AI agents, specifically stored on-chain. Our source highlights an organization called Codata, and they are positioning themselves for this exact pivotal moment in tech history. Their whole mission is making data verifiable for agents. So instead of an AI just blindly scraping some random anonymous forum post and hoping it's true, on-chain technology lets a real human being definitively prove, hey, I am who I say I am, I did what I said I did, and here's the verified data to back it up. Let's look at how this actually plays out in the real world. Let's ground this abstract concept for a second and see how human experience literally transforms into monetizable data. I absolutely love these examples from the source. First, picture a DeFi analyst. They share their deep, hard-earned financial insights, but instead of that just getting lost in the noise of the internet, it gets verified. Next, imagine a robotics engineer who meticulously documents a super complex mechanical process. Or even consider a farmer. She logs exactly what actually works in her specific soil under her specific weather conditions. See, these aren't just random data points. This is lived, tested, real-world human experience.
In this verifiable knowledge economy, that specific expertise becomes highly valuable, completely verifiable, and crucially, monetizable data. The AI isn't guessing anymore. It absolutely knows the source is legit.
Let's jump to Section 4, the 2026 data shift and buying fresh knowledge. 2026. According to our source analysis, by 2026, a monumental shift is going to happen. The absolute smartest, most capable AI agents out there, they won't be relying on the open web anymore. Instead, they're going to query verified human expertise directly. And the best part, they won't just take it, they will actually pay for it, directly on-chain. The entire dynamic of how an AI learns and acts is going to be fundamentally driven by actual financial transactions for verified truth.
And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate paradigm shift we are looking at here. Look at the past. AI models just endlessly trained on these stale, dead data sets where nobody actually knows the origin, which, as we know, leads straight to those hallucinations and crazy errors we talked about at the beginning. But the future? The future is active AI agents buying fresh, verified knowledge directly from the actual people who hold that expertise. It is moving from a world of guessing to a world of absolute, verifiable certainty, and it fundamentally changes the value of human experience.
Which really leaves us with this final, incredibly exciting thought to ponder as we wrap up today's explainer. We've seen that the current system is fundamentally flawed, and we've seen that verified human expertise is the solution. So I will leave you with this. When AI agents start actively paying for verified, real-world experience, what knowledge will you monetize? What totally unique experience do you have that the AI of tomorrow is going to need to buy? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. It is a brave new world out there, and I literally cannot wait to see how we all fit into the verifiable knowledge economy. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you next time.